Man, those stairs that I put in, they really do work. Yesterday we nailed 2 pieces of wood together, we screwed 2 pieces of wood together, and we glued 2 pieces of wood together. And the purpose of doing this was to check to see what's the strongest way to attach 2 pieces of wood.
So let's start with the nails. As you can see, the nails were not a very strong way to join the wood together. They popped out pretty easily, even with my weak little muscles. Next we got the screws. That was a nunchuck. Not working. So instead, let's take the, it's a little bit harder. But you can see it's actually coming apart right at the joint where the screws are. It's putting up a little bit of pressure. You can see eventually those screws come out of the window, don't they? Now let's go to the glue. I got my glue joint here. I'm going to put my chisel right in the middle of the joint. Ooh. Now, this is very interesting.
I'm going to get in close. I don't know if you can see. This piece of wood split, but did it split at the glue joint? The answer is no, it did not. The wood split before the joint split. So the strongest way to attach 2 pieces of wood together is to glue them. The reason why, keyword here, surface area, or maybe for you it would be surface area. There is more surface area binding the wood together with glue than there is with the nails. At this joint, you've got these little itty bitty nails, and they're the only 2 points where the wood's connected. The screws have threads in them, and the threads help keep things together, but still, there's only 2 points in which the wood's connected. Here, imagine when you cover the whole glue, you are covering it with thousands of little nails, which are holding it together. So, we are just using cheesy drywall screws to put our trebuchet together, but what else are we doing to the joints? We are gluing them, and that combined with the gussets and the triangles is making it really strong. All right, let's go build something. We've got the sides of our trebuchet built. Everything's braced, gusseted. We've decided that this is super strong. It's not going anywhere. So the next step, I think, will be to build the bottom. When we build the bottom, there's a few things we need to consider. We've got 2 strong sides, but we want to make sure that these sides don't twist laterally or shift laterally as we are launching things out of our trebuchet. So we need to figure out a way to anchor these together. And I think what we're going to do is actually use a flat sheet of plywood. It doesn't need to be very thick plywood. It can be thin plywood. And it'll go across the bottom and also act as a base or a kind of a launching point for our sling and rope that will be attached to the arm. Let's get into it. Right now I'm calculating the space between the uprights. I figured out that it's 22 3/16, and I cut 2 ends that are that size. I'm using the table saw and the chop saw to cut out the 1/4 inch plywood that we're using. All right, amigos, tenemos un problema. Got a little bit of a problem here that we have to solve. So this is our base. We want this 1/4 inch piece of plywood that I just cut to go all the way along the bottom, but look what happens. We are hitting the gussets that we put in here. And actually we would be hitting the post too, either way. So what we need to do is notch around that gusset and post. This is the plan. I'm going to set my piece of wood in here, about like that, and I'm going to mark right where it hits the gusset there. And I'm going to mark right where it hits the gusset there. Once I mark out the location of the gussets on the plywood, I'll use the jigsaw to cut out the notches. We don't normally use the jigsaw in our wood shop. Instead, you guys use the scroll saw. But in this case, the piece of wood is so big, I can't safely move it around in the scroll saw. Sure enough, the piece of wood fits. But we have a little bit of an issue, and this is a great lesson for us here. If you look at the corner of our base, it does not line up with the piece of plywood that goes on top. The reason it's not lining up is that our base isn't all the way square. That is, it's not a perfect rectangle. I know that piece of plywood that we put on top is a perfect rectangle because I cut it on the table saw and the chop saw, and those make square cuts. So let me show you a quick example of what I'm talking about. Here we have a rectangle, but the rectangle is not actually square. You can see when we look at the square, it's out of alignment, and it's going to shift from side to side. The easiest way to keep the rectangle from shifting is to put a diagonal on it. This will prevent it from moving side to side. Otherwise, we could add gussets like we did before. If we nail gussets in, it'll be really strong. Finally, the strongest thing to do is to take a full sheet of plywood, take the plywood and nail it all the way across the square. On our trebuchet, I'm doing just this, using a long clamp to keep the rectangle square, then using screws to screw the piece of plywood down onto the base. Our base is now built, and our trebuchet is really starting to come together. When we come back tomorrow, we'll build the arm. See you then.